Here are your quick picks for the MLB DFS Saturday night, June 15th slate. Pretty straightforward. You can see the pitchers that I am highlighting for this slate. We'll talk about them, and then we'll talk about the top two stacks that we are looking at real quickly. Yankees, always going to be an option. And then Pittsburgh and Colorado, Coors Field, always an option. And they're actually pretty affordable, and it's going to make it easier for you to get these pitchers. We can look at the hard statistics. We can also just dumb it down if we want and look at where these pitchers rank on the slate. Eovaldi, second best ERA if you care about ERA. K percentage, third highest. So there's the dumbed down version, or we can look at the more advanced numbers. Eovaldi, ERA, whatever. But the K rate, 25%, ground ball rate, swinging strike rate, all checking out. Good matchup against Seattle, against right-handed pitching. They're striking out 28% of the time. We've got ballpark in his favor, and then you look and see what Seattle is doing over the last week. It's just as bad as always. We can also see that Eovaldi in his last game, 7 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts. No problem there. Kirby, one of these guys is going to win this game. So you got to pick which one you want to go to. Maybe you forfeit the win bonus, but his numbers checking out again, not walking anybody. Strikeouts not quite as high, but limiting the hard contact against Texas. Texas not striking out the most, not really much pop. The WOBA is down. And if we look at Texas over the last week, they're not hitting either. So we look at their ISO is 90. Terrible, 263 WOBA. Again, the strikeouts aren't quite there, but 67 WRC plus. Kirby good in his last start. We could also look at Carlos Rodon and Rodon, and his strikeout numbers are okay. He's not really piling them up. 23% is xFIP's kind of high, but he's winning games. He's won 7 in a row, and he draws a pretty good matchup against Boston, who strikes out 29% of the time against lefties. No pop in the bats. Boston just got crushed last night. Boston was up a little bit. WRC plus up a little bit, but I don't think there's anything to worry about in the lefty matchup. I don't know if he's necessarily the priority of all. He's probably going to get you more strikeouts. Then we can flirt with Jared Jones. I know he is pitching in Coors, but he is a massive favorite. Yes, there is a big-time run line, but the numbers check out. 26% K rate, 16% swinging strike rate, and he's facing a Colorado team that strikes out 26% of the time against righties, 77 WRC plus. It's a matchup we can definitely attack. They're not really playing all that great of late. They only got, 2 runs across the board last night in Colorado. Jones' last start was okay. 5 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts. Would like to see something better. But he does give you a little bit of savings, not as much as you would want for Coors Field. But the strikeout potential is absolutely there. If you're going real cheap, we can flirt with Tommy Henry, mainly because of the matchup against the White Sox. White Sox against lefties, 126 ISO, 281 WOBA, 24% K rate. Not playing well over recently. We look at what Henry has done of late, so we'll pop up Henry. And he did have, 4 innings pitched against the Dodgers, 2 earned runs. That's not bad against the Dodgers. Before that, he's averaging 5 innings-ish. He's got a couple games where he's hit 5-6 strikeouts. He could definitely get there or score us enough fantasy points, and he provides the savings. If you're probably going to go with Henry if you are trying to stack the Yankees, who are expensive. You probably are not going to need to go there if you stack the Pirates. So we use the sheet, and when I highlight my stacks, it's just going to pop them up for me over here, and we can see the Yankee stack, and we can see the Pittsburgh stack. The Yankee stack goes without explanation. We can clearly see the top of the lineup. Tons of pop, ISO, WOBA, the names, Soto, Judge, the routine, but you're not getting really very much savings with this team. Verdugo, a little bit of a revenge narrative, fine, not too expensive. You're paying for the top of the lineup. The cheaper preferable option, which will probably be the chalky version for the night, is to stack Pittsburgh, and the numbers all check out. Although Ty Block has had a real his ERA's 3.96 somehow in Colorado, although at home he only has a 10% K rate. I don't know how he is getting by. Overall, though, he's allowing a 401 WOBA, 445 xFIP to right-handed batters. Not so good, right? And then we look at what these righties are doing against lefties playing in Coors Field, so there's going to be an even more of a bump. McCutchen and Reynolds homered last night, all with ISOs above average, WOBAs above average, the whole entire lineup right here. And they're all pretty affordable. They're not super cheap, but for a core slate, you're getting quite a discount in my belief. WRC plus all well above league average in this split. That's where I would go. And even if Henry Davis ends up in the lineup, we look and see what these guys have been doing recently. Obviously, McCutchen and Reynolds OPS is going to be a little bit inflated because of these big games yesterday. Not everybody was in the lineup last night, so you're going to get a fresh Brian Hayes. Nick Gonzalez, I think WOBA and ISO checks out pretty well here, and you pay for him a little bit, but that's where I think you're going to go. Hopefully you like this. It's a work in progress, quick picks, trying to get you some content. Sheets are free at racefortheprize.com for baseball. Continue to work on it. There's tons of free resources out there on various websites. You should check them all out. And this is just another tool and option for you to check out. Again, the pitchers that we're looking at, I would say Eovaldi is going to be my favorite based on the K percentage opportunity. But then you've also got Kirby in that same game, who actually is the favorite here. And I don't really have a problem with playing both of them. If you are really trying to maximize, then yeah, you can switch away from one, flirt with Jared Jones, which I don't think is a bad spot. And then Tommy Henry's your cheap pitcher. One of the benefits of Rodon is that he can possibly, he's won 7 in a row. So the win bonus is there, whereas you may not get the win bonus, obviously, with Eovaldi and Kirby. Thanks for joining me. Like, subscribe, share. Hope to get more of these MLB quick DFS pick videos out your way routinely.